Yeah, guys, that was a nice win, man. Overall, Arsenal beating Fulham 3-0, and that's exactly what I predicted. I predicted that the score would be 3-0. And I just want to do some special mentions. We've got our player ratings tomorrow, of course, on the Sunday evening at 8 o'clock. But I want to talk about today. There's quite a lot of standout players, but I want to mention a few names. First of all, Willian, 2 or 3 assists, depending on which website or Twitter page that you'll actually take the information from. Willian was fantastic, and let's not discount the defensive work that he did. He linked up so well with El Nene. Every time El Nene won the ball, he was looking for Willian, and Willian was off to the races. He hit the post on the free kick as well, and had those wonderful assists. I mean, the guy, his all-round game, he was comfortable. He was wearing blue. Yeah, he was. It was like he'd been playing for Arsenal for a long time, and he fitted well in. His work rate defensively was astonishing. I mean, he was in the penalty area defending on crosses, and the next minute he was up linking up play in with the midfield. And I think that it's going to be tough to pit Pepe, and I don't know how Pepe structures. We were talking about Pepe going through going through the middle, or Willian going through the middle. We all saw what happened with Ceballos and Nketiah before the game in the warm-ups. They tried to cover it up and say it was a little injury, a nick, but it wasn't. Officially, the players, Ceballos was the one for me that really started the ruckus, and the manager did well in terms of bringing them 2 players on. I think he's just going to say, look, it happened. Let's move forward. I know people get passionate about the game. I know they're excited, but Arteta ain't going to be having that. You know, he's going to nip that one in the bud, and he's probably right now speaking to those players about the event. And I don't think Nketiah reacted with the ball kicking because of what happened with Ceballos, and it's just something that, again, going back to the video that Arsenal launched the third blue kit with, when Arteta's talking about values, excellence, and professionalism, and that's just not what we saw from what happened there. And I think that he's going to give them players a rollicking now. Or, you know, we all know what happened with Guendouzi. He didn't like that. I think the difference is there was months that went by that Guendouzi didn't apologise for it, and that's the reason why he was treated as an outcast. Whereas these guys, if they come to the table and say, "Look, we messed up. We shouldn't have done that," then I think they won't be reprimanded as much. But moving on, guys, Gabriel in the game stream, I counted he had 5 clearances, headers in the first half alone, and that wasn't just 5 headers. Fulham's tactic came out really trying to stretch the field, hitting long balls into the box, and Gabriel was having none of it. I mean, he was jumping the highest, he was alert, he was winning every ball, and quite frankly, Fulham didn't stand a chance in there. And after about 25 minutes, half an hour, they stopped pinging them balls into the box because they weren't winning it. The whole point of a long ball is that your striker has a level of hold-up play where he can gain possession inside the penalty area and then play the ball off, whether it's on the overlap or making something happen with a quick 1-2 or just a turn and shoot opportunity. And they weren't getting that. Fulham was knocking the ball into the box. Gabriel was getting his head on it, and that's all she wrote. And there was an issue in the first 5 minutes, first 10 minutes, where Fulham had a chance, and that was because of poor communication between Leno and Gabriel. And that's just something where, you know, I've talked about the level of confidence that Martinez gives his team, and that a lot of that comes to do with communication. Also, David Luiz as well, the communication there. We didn't have Martinez and David Luiz today, and with this new lineup, them guys are going to have to learn to get on it. I thought Leno recovered well by getting an arm to it when the ball was played back. But at the end of the day, that's going to be synergy that he's going to have to create with Gabriel. I loved what I saw from Gabriel today. Leno didn't have much work to do, and there was 2 saves when both of them were straight at him, so there wasn't really much to do there. But again, we're going to be looking at Leno for his distribution, which has been poor, and his work on set pieces. Those are the things that he hasn't been doing well. He's a great shot stopper, and I don't doubt his ability there, but I doubt his ability elsewhere. So the camera is going to be straight on Bernd Leno in order to rise to the level that Martinez has set. Yeah, because the level that Bernd Leno had set previously before that, Martinez surpassed it, and he's raised the bar to a level now where Bernd Leno has to adhere to. And so that's really on Leno. We have to sort of get behind him and support him and hope that he can reach to where Martinez was. But overall, Gabriel, a boss game. He was being even held back on the goal. A lot of our players were being trapped. And then he was able to just rise above it, came off his side of his shoulder on his head, and a goal on his debut. What a performance. And the other guy is El Nene. Now, El Nene was really the key behind two of the counter-attacks that caused goals. And his ball-winning ability, this is something that we don't see from Xhaka. We saw a nice pass from Xhaka today, by the way. So shout out to Xhaka with that. And again, Xhaka's cutting down on his mistakes, so that's always good to see. But the ball-winning, the range, and the vision to spot out and stop attacks, El Nene was on that today. Look, I'm not going to try to mix my words. El Nene is a better defensive midfielder than Xhaka is right now. He's able to do things like winning the ball back, interlink play, and start those quick attacks in a much better way than Xhaka has. Xhaka can't tackle, yeah? He goes down low, he's reckless, he gets booked, and we're not seeing that. You don't see that from El Nene. El Nene is the much more composed, calm, poised midfielder at the moment, and I would be surprised if Arteta sends him out on loan. He's a good option in that three-man defensive holder midfield, and I can see Torreira being sold just on the basis of what El Nene is able to do. And look, if El Nene goes out on loan, that's fine, yeah? And players normally do because they want playing time. And what I've seen of him previously, El Nene just bossed it. He absolutely bossed it, and we're going to cover that when we go into the player ratings tomorrow. Bellerin and Maitland-Niles as the two wing-backs. Solid game from both, offensively, defensively. Look, Maitland-Niles, I said it before, man. He's been criticised only for the last part of his game, the vision in the final third, that final ball. We've all said previously that it's just something he doesn't have in his locker. There was 3 passes. The 4th one was from the right wing, and Lacazette's got to do a better job of getting on the end of those. This is the thing where Edin Nketiah has got. Edin Nketiah's got 2 things above Lacazette. One of them is the defensive work and the backtracking to help the midfield, and the second thing is he's running into the box and his movement. Nketiah has far superior more movement than Lacazette, and there was times that the ball was being played through and there was nothing in there. Nobody was getting on the end of it. And you put a Nketiah in there, and I think those turns to chances. A lot of people were saying Nketiah should have done better with the chances he had against Liverpool, but Nketiah was in position to get those chances and those shots away. Lacazette isn't doing that at the moment. He took his goal really well, which was a rebound from Willian's shot. He was in the right place at the right time, but there was 3 or 4 through balls that was being played, and Lacazette's movement just wasn't on it. He wasn't on the ball. And as a team, those are the areas that we need to improve in. Guys, there was such a good display today from the team, and we'll talk about it in more detail tomorrow. But for today, I just want to say, my prediction, by the way, for the team is still 6. It used to be 4th, but a few things have changed my mind now, and I'm going for them to finish 6th in the league. But it really depends on that Liverpool game. That Liverpool game is going to tell us a lot about this team. That Liverpool game for me, followed by the Man City, that is where you show your muscle. That's where you show your grout. And that is where the team is going to realize actually how far they are, their aspirations, and getting into a top 4 position or challenging from the title. But look, guys, like I said, it's a work in progress. Don't rush it, man. This is Arteta been there for half a season. Edu been there for half a season. They've had 1 transfer window. Give these guys time to get it right. Work in progress. Pep is same. It took him years to win a title and build his team. Let's not get frustrated, man. If we win the deal over Aura, and if we bag Partey in there, that's going to go a long way to our success. But those things haven't happened yet. So we go with what we've got, and we see where this team is. Really are feeling good about where we are right now. So that's it from me, guys. Tomorrow is the player ratings, so you guys can join me there, and then we'll discuss each player in great detail. Peace, right back at you. Speak to you in the next one.